everybody, welcome back to Rams of the South Stand. Conor back here with another big match preview, and I'd also like to say hello to all you Forest fans who I'm sure are tuning in to our channel after we kind of give you a little bit of a battering on the back end of your lucky draw last week. I'd just like to, just before I start, sort of make you a lot aware of the fact that Dawson punched Jansen. For sure could have had a leg breaker, and also that Dawson was swearing at the referee, something that Pontus Jansen got a one-match suspension for and a fine. So if you lot feel aggrieved, then I think by the sounds of it, you actually done quite well to get out of that with nothing at all. So hats off to you Forest fans, and let's get on with it. So guys, we welcome Wigan. Wigan at the DW. It's going to be a very different affair, this one. I think it's going to be something very similar to what we've experienced already in Blackburn, in Millwall, in all these sorts of teams, in Birmingham. And I think Leeds have got the work cut out for them. I actually think that this is going to be a more difficult game than the West Brom game. So West Brom are going to come at us. Going on to the game anyway, it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game at all. And I'm, for one, not 100% looking forward to it. 4-2-3-1, they like to attack down the flanks. They've got a lot of decent players within that three behind the one up front in Will Grigg. They're a very, very decent outfit. Are Leeds going to be able to cope with it again? I'm a little bit worried at the minute. I'll be brutally honest with you guys, and I'm a little bit worried because there's not so much a structure to this video, because I'm just going to sort of shoot from the hip, but I'm a little bit worried in the sense of Leeds don't have that plan B, and I think that's becoming obvious throughout the season. Obviously the injuries are not helping. The 22-man squad, for me, it isn't enough. It isn't enough, and it's getting closer and closer to the Christmas period, closer and closer to the January period, and we have to invest. What worries me is it takes so many players so long to get into this Bielsa system of football. Will he even want to invest in January? I know Ibai Gomez, that name's sort of been rattled round. That'd be great because he'd be able to fit into the Bielsa system straight away. He knows exactly what's expected, but would he go straight into that first team? I don't think he would, and the reason behind that is because he's not been starting for Alaves and he's not into that Bielsa system yet. He's been playing under several different managers since he's played for Bilbao and under Bielsa, so he's going to take a while to get back in that system again. And that sort of is the issue with it, isn't it? Because we're playing at such ferocity, such intensity. Bielsa wants the players to be at a certain body fat level, at a certain playing level, which is great and fantastic, but it's going to take players a while to get to that. I think it's going to take players like Izzy Brown and Patrick Bamford, even when they're back from injury, it's going to take them a while to get back to that sort of finesse, that sort of fitness that we're expecting to then start in a Bielsa side. You saw how long it took for Paddy Bamford to even sort of get on the field, and I know Kemal Roof was doing well, but sort of even feature for Leeds United, it was very, very far down the line. Yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive about this one because I've not seen anything from Leeds at the minute that has made me a little bit less worried about teams like this. I'm more confident with teams like Brentford, West Brom, Norwich's, Derby's, those sort of sides when we'll play them again as well. I'm just more worried about the sides, the proper championship sides, the sides that are going to put two banks of four in front of Leeds, and how we're going to deal with that, because we don't seem able to do that. I mean, the problem for me is the creativity as well. We're not able to sort of break down. You've got Kemal Roof, but you haven't got players running in behind Kemal Roof. You haven't got the Cleeks sort of doing that anymore. The Hernandez is doing that anymore. The Saiz is doing that anymore. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if there's a lack of confidence. Maybe the fitness levels have just got too much at the minute. I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is in this system, it relies on fullbacks. And for me, this is the main issue. Leeds do not have two fullbacks that have played together for long enough. You've not had Ayling and Douglas play with each other for long enough. They've only played together 7 games this season, which really is a worry for me. If you want to go through a season playing in this system, you have to have two fullbacks who are competent, who are good enough, and who are fit enough. And we don't have that at the minute. And I think teams such as Wigan, like Blackburn have done, and like Forest evidently did, they're targeting those areas, which you would do as a coach. And there's going to be no difference when we play Wigan. I think there's going to be a lot of set pieces lumped into the box, a lot of long balls that Leeds are going to have to deal with. And it does worry me in a sense, because like I know my colleague Joe said that he doesn't think Bielsa works on them in training. I'm 100% with him. I think it's all offensive strategy style. I don't think there's a lot of defensive work. I think Bielsa almost expects the players to be defensively astute, which I can understand, that it's a beautiful game and it's the beauty of going to watch Leeds at the minute. We've not seen football like this since O'Leary's Babes, but there's got to be a point. There's got to be a point where Leeds are now seemingly leaking goals from. There's a lot of crosses that are coming in. Maybe not set pieces, but actually when we're in open play, Leeds are conceding goals from crosses in. And then obviously when you're actually looking at set pieces in particular and corners, Leeds have obviously we've leaked 3 goals in the past 2 games, so it is becoming a little bit of a worry. Now Wigan are no mugs. I mean they've had a few scalps this season. Obviously they've got the draw at home to Swansea. They've beaten West Brom, and at home they're a bit of a different beast compared to what they are away. I mean away from home they've been smashed by Preston 4-0, but shooting from the hip, I think it's going to be a difficult game for Leeds, and that's like I've just said in this video prior. I think it's because we do not have a plan B, and if the plan A isn't working of pass, what are we then looking for? What's then coming off the bench? And that for me boils down to depth, and I'm just not 100% sure on the strategy that we're going to be looking at that many other options aside from Ibai Gomez. And the reason it worries me slightly is just because I think it's going to take Izzy Brown and Patrick Bamford quite a while to get back to that full fitness. And we heard Phil Hay also say that it could be, it could be February. It could be February by the time they're back anyway. So we've got to look at these things, and we've had a fantastic start to the season, but there does seem to be a little bit of a change, and the system that we're playing in, it's going to intensify injuries. We're not going to go through this season with the exact same squad as we had at Derby, as we had at Norwich. It's just not going to happen again. I think a fully fit Leeds United squad, that first 11, playing week in, week out, I'm not 100% sure how often that's going to happen, to be honest, and that's why the depth is so key. So for me, in the summer you've got to look at 2 or 3 new boys. You've got to look at definitely full-backs, definitely wingers, maybe even a new centre-half, because I'm not, once again at the minute, when Berardi's out for 2 months, Ayling's out for 2 months, it's a big worry at the minute, because I mean, Shaughnessy's not going centre-back. I mean, he's even injured at the minute, but Shaughnessy's a poor player. So what happens then? Does Calvin Phillips go back? But then even if Calvin Phillips goes to a back 2, Leeds are going to have to change the whole system, because he's only competent in a back 3. And Bielsa's even said that, Bielsa prefers Phillips in a back 3, so it's going to be completely difficult if we're playing 4-1-4-1 and Phillips is going into a back 2 with, let's say, Jansen or Cooper. It's going to completely change the dynamic of the squad. And then obviously you lose Phillips in that role as well, which I think he's instrumental. I don't even think Forshaw could play in that role. I'd like to see Forshaw actually further forward. But Wigan, as I've said, they're no mugs. Nick Powell, Jacobs, Will Grigg, I think they're the main 3. And I think they're going to really look at Leeds and think we could be there for the taking, because they've seen teams do the blueprint on Leeds of what we've seen before. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Like I've said, I think it's going to be a really, really, really tough game. I'm actually looking forward to the West Brom game a lot more. But Leeds, we really need to figure out how to get in and amongst these teams. Whether or not it's starting quicker at the start. Because at the start of games, we're just so lackadaisical. Once again, we've mentioned it on the previews hundreds and hundreds of times. I know me, the boys, all have done it. We're starting slowly. We did it again, conceding another goal. Jack Robinson header, and it's once again Leeds go down again. And we seem to only jump into gear at the minute when teams go 1-0 ahead. Teams go 2-0 ahead. We've seen it with so often now. Millwall, Brentford, Blackburn, Birmingham, Forest. They're just 5 off the top of my head. Even in the games that we've won as well, I mean, Derby even started slightly stronger. Norwich for the first 30 with a better team. Leeds have to start games quicker. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but yeah, we're seemingly starting the games very slowly. But like I said, the 3 main ones there, Jacobs, Powell, and Will Grigg are obviously going to be a danger. We know what Will Grigg's like. I mean, I really, really rate Will Grigg. I mean, Leeds, I think I heard one of my mates is a scout, and he said that Leeds were looking at him at one period, but they didn't really go for it fully. But he's a good player as well. I really do like the look of him. But it's going to be dangerous for Leeds. It's going to be 100% dangerous. They're going to focus on the set pieces. They're going to be running down the flanks. They've got some decent players on the wings as well. The fullbacks are strong, unlike Blackburn's. They do bomb forward quite a bit. So, and how I would start the game would be Bailey Peacock, Farrell in net. I would have Robbie GOTTS at right back. I think the guy deserves a chance. Cooper centre half, Jansen centre half. I would have on the left side, I would have Barry Douglas. If not, I would have Alioski, because I think he deserves a chance 100%. Then I would have Phillips, Cleek, Forshaw just in front of him, and if that doesn't work, maybe him and Cleek could intertwine, just interchange a little bit more, but I thought Forshaw was superb against Forest, the best player, and he deserves a chance ahead of Saiz in my opinion, because Saiz really has got off the ball, and even when he came on against Forest, he didn't have the impact that Forshaw had. Creatively and in the final third, I do think Forshaw's getting a lot better, he's getting a lot more shots off it, he's playing a lot more balls in and behind the defence, but the players aren't giving him the runs at the minute. You need to have players that are running in and behind Roof, and Roof's look very isolated at the minute. So we need a lot more players just attacking and bombing on in that final third, and you get that and you're going to get an even better Adam Forshaw. Then I would have Clark starting on one side, Pablo Hernandez the other, and Kimar Roof up front. So I hope you've enjoyed this preview, guys. It's shot straight from the hip really. There's going to be the other two lads' previews out, and I'm going to be doing a Friday night football, which is a little bit of a spin-off what Joe's been doing on the Mondays. I just think we want a little bit more fan engagement. We want you guys to be reacting to what we're talking about, and we want to read it out because we like the engagement a lot. So if you want to feature on that, please leave your comments on either Oscar, Joe's or my video, and you will be read out in the Friday night football, which will be coming up tomorrow. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we will catch you at the DW on Sunday. See you in a bit.